Greetings, everyone. It is I, your disappointed Rock of the Sea Ocean Sick Jasper. And today, I'm with these two utter fools over here. They think they could do a tier list about video game consoles and know next to nothing about it. I see the mistake you've made, Blaze Green. You dare mistaken some other consoles for ones made by Sega. And you just know, you only know about the Nintendo ones.
What?
Well, as someone who knows a decent amount of video game consoles, I'm here to make an official re-ranking of this. So here we go. You set it up, since you're the master of this instance.
Hey everybody, Blue Flamehead 101 here, and I'm here with Ocean Stick Jasper because he knows about my video and also the different consoles as well.
Yes.
So I'm gonna start setting it up.
Time to take you all on a journey of education and something that rhymes with education.
Hey, there.
Okay. That is the Atari 2600. So basically, it's the NES before the NES, but not as much as the NES as another Atari system we'll get to later. So basically, that thing is a pioneer of gaming. So,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure you've all seen the graphics somewhere in your lives, you know, very primitive looking. So, yeah. Any opinions, folks? Because I have next to none.
Apparently it's like old.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
old.
yeah, it's probably old. But
Well, I mean,
It
it's like the old school version of Sega, I think. It's like the old school version.
It's not Sega. It's
but it's
Atari.
older.
It is Atari, fool. It's a completely different company.
What? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Atari.
Well, I guess we all really have nothing to say about this, so C tier it goes. Alright, next meme. Now this thing. This is a Sega console. This is the Sega Master System. Basically, Sega's
Yeah,
equivalent to the
red and black, I can
NES.
tell.
Now, all I need to say, Sonic 2 on the Master System.
Exactly.
Sonic 2 Master System. Do I even need to say? Bam. Also feel free to argue in the comments with me, but Sega Master System and the Game Gear to an extent, they have better chip tunes than the NES and Game Boy, proving me wrong. That is the Neo Geo. So basically, this thing was known for like having some really good fighting games in there, like a Street Fighter. Think of it like a Street Fighter and Fatal Fury. You know,
Yeah,
the game
probably
where
like Street
Terry is
Fighter,
from.
I guess.
If you know Terry Bogard, then you know Fatal Fury. If you know Fatal Fury, you know the Neo Geo. So yeah. Basically, this thing was known for having some arcade quality fighting games. So, any opinions, folks?
I mean, that's understandable because it's part of, you know, different kind of fighting games. Well, I mean, like different kinds, including, you know, Street Fighter.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, Street Fighter was also there. Okay, Mortal Kombat was not on this system, but I think a couple of Street Fighter ports on here. So I guess we all like our good share of fighting games. So I'd say it'd go to the
Wait, I thought Mortal Kombat was supposed to be like a old classic school game and it could be like added to the same console, including with Street Fighter and stuff.
Oh, don't really know what to say about that. So next to me, PlayStation 1. You guys already know the PlayStation 1. Everyone knows the PlayStation 1. A massive mark in gaming history.
I know what games that people like to play on there, like Spyro and including like you know, Crash and stuff like that.
You're forgetting another major figure of the PlayStation 1.
I'm saying it backwards.
You are forgetting a certain rapping pooch.
Yeah.
You're forgetting Parappa. Parappa the Rapper. How could you forget about Parappa?
Oh, Parappa.
Yes, you
Yeah,
gotta
I don't-
believe.
Well, I don't know him. I do not know him.
I would say understandable, but at the same time, that's almost up for debate, because everyone knows Parappa. So anyways, because of a good game library, and it made a massive hit in gaming history, It's an S tier. Alright, next meme. You do the honors.
The Wii U.
Oh, wait. The Wii
The
U.
Wii U is one of the most favorite, one of the most best consoles there is, with a lot of games, a lot of things to play. And
Are you sure about
also,
that?
because it's one of the favorite consoles of there is. You can play Wii U games, you can play Wii games, and also other consoles with other games.
Sure, we may have virtual console and backwards compatibility with Wii games, but you are forgetting something. You are clearly forgetting that everyone pretty much despises this thing. The marketing fucked this thing up. First off, people thought this was an add-on to the normal Wii because of the naming and all that. Second of all, one of my friends, Dreamy, they brought up that in the marketing, they said that you can play a Japanese Yakuza game. A Japanese Yakuza game. Yeah, I'm gonna commit crimes. Okay. When I originally heard that, I was like dying laughing. So basically, this thing does have some busted games, really good games. But basically, this thing flopped. Let's all admit. Let's be real. This thing kind of flopped. So because of that, and we have a little bit of bias, it's gonna be in the B tier. All right, next meme. DS.
Nintendo DS for the win.
We have a huge nostalgia for this thing, so it's no doubt that this thing will be S. Look at this. Look at this. All of you, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, I don't use those either.
That thing that you guys call, this is a Sega console. The Sega Game Boy. This thing basically lost against the Game Boy. But I don't care if this thing had a shorter battery life. It has some good games. Especially Sonic games. You do not mess with the Game Gear Sonic games. Except Blast and Labyrinth. Sonic Blast and Sonic Labyrinth, they could go die in a fire. But this thing's the best. I don't care if it's underpowered compared to the Game Boy. It's going in S, because I'm a huge Sega nerd. Mic drop. Alright, next. The Xbox Series X. Okay, we all know that we want to build a wall with these things. Let's be for real. And it also looks like a mini fridge. Okay, so
It looks like a mini fridge.
So basically, I've heard. Listen, you two. I've heard that this thing had like some abysmal launch, you know, scalpers and all that, and I think something with the console smoking up sometimes, and yeah, the hardware is a little bit mishandled.
Like a freaking building. Well, I think it looks like a mini fridge because people said it looks like a building.
Yeah, it looks like
you
a
are
building.
forgetting the legendary insult. You're forgetting that people compared us to a brick. Okay, yeah, but overall, this is just like this would just be like any other Xbox or Microsoft console. So, up in the A tier. It had an abysmal launch and some hardware issues, but overall, solid A tier. All right, next up on the shit show is the original the original Xbox 360. You know, the one with that awful red ring. When you see that ring, it just spells death.
Yeah, and awful,
yeah.
and Jasper, not only that, but the awful freaking loading screen, like the freaking horrible. It's not like it's horrible in the slim model because the original Xbox 360 loading screen is horrible because it did not look like the slim model. Cause that one it was loading up for looks horrible. It
Okay,
does not
I can
look like the 360 slim model.
Okay, I can kind of take that as another hardware issue. I mean, but overall, it still functions, so C tier. C tier it goes. Did mention a good point with this thing, and that is the backwards compatibility with the GameCube. And also the Wii has some pretty busted games. I myself happen to be a fan of Mario Kart Wii. We never forget Mario Kart Wii. That game's busted. Don't you deny it.
Yeah.
And also an unpopular favorite of mine, but
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Wii Play. You know, Wii Play is an unique mix of cool minigames, especially tanks, which is favored by many. So because this thing has some bussin' games,
Wii Sports, of course.
and let's add in a few more points for nostalgia. But wait, we're also forgetting another major flaw: the games library. Now, don't get me wrong, there are bussin' games, but let's not forget that the library was also slaughtered by shovelware. So basically, crap games that are just enjoyable for the family and all that. You know what I mean? The Mario Party ripoffs and some other weird product tie-ins, or I don't know. So because of that major flaw, it's going in A tier. All right, next up, we got the TurboGrafx 16. So basically, this is just some this thing ended up losing to the SNES, and
For sure, no.
yeah, that's all I could say about this. Well, I guess I could give it points for looking a little cooler than the SNES. So screw it, A tier. I don't really care. I just like the name TurboGrafx 16. Freaking cool as all hell. Next up, the NES.
The original Nintendo.
Yes,
the Super Nintendo.
No, that is not the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This is the original Nintendo Entertainment System. This is not the SNES. This is the NES.
I agree. It's the original Nintendo.
Okay, so obviously, this thing, nostalgia, blah blah blah, pretty bussin' games, but here is a really good point that Dreamy brought up. Again, going back to them, they literally brought up how sharp those controllers are. Like, I'm pretty sure this image being compressed and all, it won't give you that feeling, but look at how sharp these controllers are. Yo, come closer. All of you come closer. All of you come closer now. Look how sharp that is.
Oh my god, I can tell.
Major
the red
health.
buttons, the
Major health hazard.
That's really sharp.
Because of the health hazard, it's only gonna get A tier at best. All right, next up we got the original Xbox.
The original Xbox.
Okay, I cannot really correct you on the games library because I don't know much about the original Xbox's games library.
I mean, for me, like Halo 3, 2, I mean...
Well, yeah, Halo.
I can't refer to other games, but I know I can say of Halo for the original Xbox.
Okay, so, before we rank this thing, I just wanna talk about the controller. Blue Flame, you will definitely need to bring up an image of that when you're editing this. I know I will. So basically, imagine a big-ass, bulky controller which will be bigger than like a computer mouse, with shoulder buttons that are hard to reach, and a big old Xbox logo in the middle, like a bat signal. Imagine that. Go on. Yeah, it looks terrible.
Okay.
Bad single, what the...
C tier.
Or wait, you can actually Google it if you can find it.
Oh, I'm not Googling it during recording of this, because I know all this crap from memory. So anyways, next up. Okay, not really sure what this thing is. I strongly believe that this is the Famicom. Alright, next up, we got the Game & Watch. So basically,
Game & Watch.
Okay, so basically it's like an LCD console thing. So here's some major issues. Like, for one, no game cartridges on this thing. So that means all the games were just separate consoles. Think about that. And second of all, well, LCD graphics. It wouldn't be that bad if, a certain other company didn't enter that same frame. Tiger Electronics. So, plus this thing doesn't really age well. And plus you're gonna need well lighting to see the games as well. So with all those issues factored, it's gonna be C tier at best. Next up, we got
Nintendo 64.
yes, the Nintendo and I said Nintendo 64. Oh hey. I clearly forgot this is a public instance. Oops.
No, this is Friends Plus. I'm
Oh.
those two
Wait,
French.
wait.
Anyways, I must inform you, you are being caught in 4K. So
Wait, come here, come here.
okay, so
Darbear,
back to
come here.
uh
Come here, come here. Who wants a hug? Come here.
this I must inform you, you are being caught in 4K.
The Nintendo 64 that you can play Super Mario 64 and other games like Donkey Kong.
You
Oh,
are
they have
forgetting
figure
the
output
best
characters.
game on the N64. Kirby 64. No one
Mario
forgets Kirby 64.
Crash Bandicoot? Oh,
Kirby 64. Yes, we can all come to the conclusion. We can all come to the
gosh.
conclusion that the N64 has some pretty bussin' games. So, because of that,
I mean,
It's-
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's the Super Nintendo.
I was
Okay,
thinking
yes.
wrong. Jesus Christ. Okay.
you are correct on that. Yes, Blue
Were
Flame.
you getting all these Disney
What the fuck is
characters?
that?
This is the SNES. We all know SNES, you know, more powerful than the Sega Genesis. You know, bussin' games like Mario World, Kirby Superstar, which eventually got remastered on the DS as Superstar Ultra. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing it for
Yeah.
me. Thank you. Okay. Next up. We got Okay. Okay, look at this. Look at this thing, guys. Now this is a Neo Geo Pocket. And I think this would also be a Neo Geo Pocket color since both consoles basically use the same model. Help thing is a Neo Geo and a Neo Geo Pocket color.
You lied down a second there.
So yeah, this is just another one of those 8-bit handheld consoles.
So once the video ends, I have to
Okay.
give you an intro and outro.
I literally just gave myself an
I gotta get you an intro and outro, and then I'll have to probably
Alright,
share it
back
to you.
what we're doing.
Okay, I can get one myself, but nevertheless,
No,
I would be
meant, like,
I would be
once-
happy to use yours because you know whatever. Okay. Anyways, don't mind those two. Don't mind those two people over there.
Xbox up here. Xbox.
Whoa.
Uh,
Hey.
there's-
You two do not get to tamper with the tier list.
Where's the PS5?
The PS5's not on there, you
PS5,
little
yeah.
shits.
It's not there yet.
It's not on there, you little shits. Now step away from the tier
Oh,
list.
everything gets an F. I don't like consoles.
okay, let's vote kick these kids.
I
Fine,
fucking-
two.
Whoa. Hey, oi. No.
We'll be right back after these technical difficulties. Be right back. I tried making
Can
this
you
snappy,
go to
yet
your
these
own
two,
house?
yet these two.
Where's friends each other?
What's
and I
here?
go to your
Okay,
own
what's your
world?
next one? A,
'Cause
B?
'cause I
Okay,
I didn't
you
do
two.
this shit. It was fucking
Yeah,
you two over there.
Dear God, I literally was not talking to you.
Hold on. Ocean.
Not saying.
Don't try to blame this shit on me as well.
I'm
I
not.
didn't do nothing.
I
It
did
was
not mean to
fucking
blame
you
this
two
on you.
decided to do this shit.
Yeah, I did not mean to blame it on you. I am sorry. That was a communication issue. I am dearly sorry.
Okay,
Did Blaze? I'm
It's-
pretty sure Blaze.
it's okay.
Left.
Let's
Whatever.
just get this motherfucker out of here.
Anyway, I'm always listening.
You weren't listening when
Well,
we
you're
basically
the
told you
owner,
to
so
quit
you can
tampering
pick
with the tier
I
list.
can like 100% kick them.
I can't kick him.
Because I didn't have your guys' sound on.
Oh wow, you
You're
muted
the
us
world owner,
like an
are you? Or is
asshole.
it Blaze?
God, I
No,
hate
it's-
children.
No, it's
Who's the
shit.
world owner?
Ocean is.
Crap.
You
Yeah, I knew this was a public instance. I fucking knew this was a public instance. God damn.
No, this is a Friends Plus.
Is it?
Oh, it's public.
Oh,
Yeah, I
shit.
fucking knew it.
Here, I'll give them.
Oh, this is Press Plus.
Just drop it, Portal. I'm already getting sick.
Oh, this
I'm
is
already
Press
getting sick of these
Plus.
pieces of
Oh,
shit.
God. There, I
You
get.
hear that, you spoiled brats?
Or-
Ruined everything. Not working.
How about you guys
It's not working. It's not working. Okay, then, you little
I mean,
spoiled
you
brats.
live.
Okay,
You
now
live.
you're way too far. Get the fuck over here. Sure, I'm gonna beat
You can't beat people up in this game.
One shit show later.
Okay,
Yeah, game class.
now that we've recovered from that
Okay, I
incident,
think I went past.
is
it.
now
I think I
now
passed
let's
it.
return
Blaze
to the
is-
meme review. Yeah, Blaze left us, but
Game
whatever.
consoles.
Yeah,
Okay.
Blaze left us, but whatever. Okay, yeah,
Oui.
the Switch.
This,
Ah,
this one's a
the Switch.
Nintendo
That's
Switch.
the Switch. That's the
Oh.
Switch.
Now
This
Blaze
is the
returned
Switch.
to us.
Would
One
you
of the
care to
most
explain
epic
us about the
consoles.
Switch?
The Switch needs no introduction.
Oh,
It would basically be considered the best console of all time. No questions asked. Anyways, TurboGrafx
The fuck
16
is that?
the TurboGrafx 16. We already ranked that. Same opinion as the SNES, but slightly cool. Okay,
Oh,
speaking
that
of
was-
this,
That's
speaking
a
of this,
crappy ass Game Boy. Is that a Game Boy?
no,
It
no, no.
totally is.
Listen, all of you. This is
not
not
really
a
is.
knockoff of the Game Boy. This is the Turbo Express. It's
Are you
basically-
recording again?
I
Yes,
was
he is.
recording. Anyways,
It's
this is the Turbo Express. So basically, it's a handheld version of the TurboGrafx 16. So might as well score it higher because
oh,
portable.
So,
So because portable is always affordable.
PlayStation.
PlayStation
PS2,
2,
okay.
best-selling console of all
PS2,
time,
that's easy.
and for good reason. You know, some people really like the games library. Yes, PS2 is S.
Yep.
Okay, Game & Watch, we already discussed this. Actually, now that I think about it, it's more of a D tier. Okay,
Oh, the Game Boy
Game Boy
Advance.
Advance.
GBA.
Yeah, GBA.
Luigi. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, okay, we already know some
Come on,
absolute classics on this. You know, like Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And
There
of
was-
course, we cannot ignore Mother 3. Mother 3,
Yeah.
I think Mother 3 is the best title on this thing. No questions asked.
I keep thinking Mother 3 came in the freaking SNES or the SNES because the Mother 1 and 2 came in the NES.
Wow.
I keep on forgetting that it came from the GBA.
Also, we can't forget that this console
Yeah.
got the Sonic treatment. You know, Sonic games on there, the Advanced Trilogy. So, Advanced Trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Trilogy. So, S. Sega Master System,
We already
S
talked
tier.
about that.
Alright. Genesis. Let me tell you.
16-bit.
The Sega Genesis. It's underpowered compared to the SNES. But, you cannot deny that the games on this thing were bussin'. Especially the Sonic games. And you know what happens when Sonic games are on here. Immediate S.
Literally,
Sega does what
literally,
Nintendo don't.
Sega Genesis is all about Sonic. It's
Yes. Although we can
we have
easily
the Game
ignore
Gear,
the
but
other
Sega.
games. We can easily ignore the other games and Sonic. It's all matters. Sega does what Nintendo don't. Anyways, Game Gear. My son gets on the S tier.
That's saying.
Okay.
Xbox One.
Okay. Xbox One. Okay. Listen up.
Okay,
I
now
got
we're
a
talking
white
about it.
Xbox One.
Okay. Listen up, people. History lesson. History lesson, folks. Okay. This thing suffered. This thing heavily suffered from one, marketing. Well, it was basically
I'm not
it
gonna
basically
say.
focused more
Yeah,
on
that's what I was gonna
media
say. Fortnite
than
Battlefield
games.
GTA.
Blaze, I'm teaching a history.
Fine,
lesson.
Isaac.
Okay, I'm teaching a history lesson.
Okay, geez,
So
I was gonna
basically,
say all the
the
games
marketing
we
of this
remember.
thing was a flop, and basically this thing had to be always online before Microsoft saw the backlash and basically fixed this issue before it could be any worse. So that's a major drawback. But other than that, you know, it's just another Xbox console, so it gets a B tier at best. All right, Next up, Xbox Series
We
X.
already talked about that.
The Series
Xbox
X.
Series X. All right,
Talked about
SNES.
that.
I was about to say, why do you put on C tier?
Okay, this thing, the PlayStation 4.
That's PS4.
I think this thing needs no introduction. I think we already know what we think of the PS4, so
It's,
I mean, I have next to no experience
it's
with the
basically
PS4.
like the Switch. It's
Xbox
it's
360.
basically like
Okay,
the
yeah.
Switch.
Wait, there's a difference between this one and the white one. This thing has more stable hardware. So, yeah, that's it. More stable hardware.
And the white one doesn't? Okay.
Yeah.
GameCube.
Don't you forget.
Okay.
Don't you
Doesn't
forget
need-
the red
doesn't
ring.
need integration. Going to fucking S tier.
The red ring came with the
Red
white
Ring of
one.
Death.
Doesn't-
No, the red ring of death.
Red
yes.
Ring of Death. Yeah.
It
Red
Anyways,
Ring of Death.
GameCube.
It doesn't need any introduction. It's going to the freaking S tier for sure. The reason
And
is
Mario
double
Sunshine.
dash
Wait,
down your door.
If I remember correctly, I think there was like, an official peripheral on this thing, which lets you play GBA games, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is.
Donkey
There is.
Konga.
There is.
Also with Donkey Konga. I really like Donkey Konga.
And Jungle Beats, I think.
Mario Kart.
If you guys
Mario
see
Kart for the GameCube. I
Mario
forgot
Kart,
about that
yeah,
too.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Let me tell you a personal thought of mine. I'm actually shocked that the Wii came out after the GameCube, because I just thought, the Wii's graphics look a lot more advanced than the GameCube, and I just think, it kind of looked the same. Okay, anyways, Dreamcast, Sega's last console. Well, at least they went out with a bang, Sonic Adventure,
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, that's all you need to know. Dreamcast, what needs to be said. Sega does what
Yeah.
Nintendo don't.
Sonic Shuffles.
Okay.
We already
Brawl.
talked about the Wii U.
Alright, Wii U, overall meh. PS Vita.
Yeah, Via's kind of.
Okay.
The PS Vita.
Okay, so basically what a lot of people say is that the PS Vita is just a worse version of the PSP or the PlayStation Portable. I think it was like a pain in the ass to make games for this. I don't remember much of this thing. So basically, hardware issues, games library issues.
Is this the first? It's. Hold on.
But like the games are
This kinda
different between
confused me.
disc and the card.
Hold on.
They're like different
please.
between disc and
This
card.
kind of confused me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Okay,
download
this
some
kind of
games if you want to.
Yeah. Both Blaze and
This
Bluehead
thing
brought up
confused-
good points. Good points. So anyways, what were you asking?
This kind of confused me because the PSP and PS Vista kind of looks the same, but forgetting where Danganronpa came from, like what game console it came from first. It was the PSP or PS Vita.
You know what? I think it was like
And I was
on a home
hoping
console, but
and
I don't
just-
know. I mean, I may be a Danganronpa fanboy.
No. It was from a PS.
Wait,
It
PSP,
was from
PSP.
one of these consoles. I look on Google.
It was PSP. I think I
Yeah.
remember correctly. It was PSP.
It's from PSP.
This is not. I mean, I get that the PSP and PS Vita, they're both similarly
Hold on.
shaped, but come on, there's clearly a huge difference. See? You look under the screen.
Hold on.
You should
hold
know
on,
the
I'm gonna
major
look on Google.
difference.
Hold on.
See that? That's a PSP.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. I need to look on Google.
All right. Cue the SpongeBob time card.
One research later.
What?
What?
Okay, so whatever. This thing
What?
this thing gets a.
What?
You know what?
You
It
guys
gets
were
a
looking
D
at
tier.
me. I was like,
It
what?
gets a D tier. PS Vita
Right.
D tier. All right. Next up, the
We
Wii.
talked about the Wii.
Already talked about the Wii.
Yeah.
Already experiencing a burnout, so might as well change it to a mood.
Nintendo
booster.
3DS.
3DS.
Yes, 3DS time, baby. Basically, easy to homebrew this thing. A bussin' library, especially an
Wait,
obscure. Shh, listen, Blaze.
Wait,
This-
Jasper, I heard. I think were you supposed to like watch like shows on the 3DS? Like I heard people use like those kind of things. Cause I heard you can watch like mini portals on your on the little DS, like Netflix. I believe YouTube. I don't know because some other people said they can watch like things on their 3DS for some point.
Yeah, that is all cool and all, but listen.
They can watch
Like,
YouTube and
two-
videos, which
two
I kinda don't get
things.
it.
One, if you homebrew it good enough, you can play Sonic Mania on that. Second of all, a bussin' game library, especially an obscure JRPG called Stella Glow. Everyone should play that. all of you go play Stellar Glow after the recording of this video. Anyways, S.
Yeah.
PSP.
Yeah, that thing's dead already. Yeah.
All I
It's
can say,
anyways.
all I can say is that it's definitely better than the Vita. So all I can
Worse
say,
than the PS Vita. Worse than the PS Vita.
Probably.
What?
Yeah. The
Are you
Nintendo-
kidding
Not really
me?
worse.
No, boy.
Are you
No, I'm just saying
kidding
not really
me?
worse. I just thought of it. You know, I just didn't say it was that bad.
okay. My mistake.
I
My
was about to
mistake. My
go
mistake.
ham on your ass by just swinging my swords.
I was about to smack some
go-
sense into
I was
you.
about to go fucking ham.
Yeah. So anyways, Game
Yeah,
Boy.
the Game Boy is one of the least of legends.
Oh yeah. You listen. You do not know how long this thing has lasted. But basically, if you want a good video on the Game
It's-
Boy, I recommend the Angry Video Game Nerds video on Game Boy accessories. It is a legend of a video. You should definitely watch it. Anyways, we all know
Yeah.
Game Boy is an S tier.
I know that.
Actually,
yeah,
you know
Game
what? Hold up.
Boy-
Actually, you know what? Hold
No,
up.
actually, you could call it Game.
I'm
yeah,
feeling
I
a little
call it
biased.
Game
After
SCVs.
game console,
And also,
should we
yeah,
do underdog
yeah, look,
characters?
also,
Oh no, cause I
also
only
Game Boy-
recorded this
also Ga-
video for the game consoles tier list because I needed to correct both Blue Flame and Blaze.
and,
Don't
yeah,
worry, you're in the clear.
And also, yeah, Game Boy Chan, may she rest. Yeah, also, yeah, may she
Get
rest. in
back.
peace.
Okay,
Game Boy King.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
maybe it's
I'm
Game
gonna
Boy.
do my research on that later. Okay, I moved it on A because I'm feeling a little biased because the Game Gear is my biological son. Anyways, PlayStation 1, we already know about that one.
PS1.
Yeah,
We know about
Which-
that. Xbox
yeah,
probably know that.
that PlayStation. may she rest.
Okay. This one is a funny one. This one is a funny
That was
one.
like a.
Okay, this one is a funny one. This is the
You can't use
Nokia
an iPad.
N-Gage.
That was like a
cheating.
phone.
Yes, you are correct. This is the Nokia N-Gage. Basically, Nokia's attempt at merging a handheld console
Oh,
and a phone. So basically, this thing
I
was...
thought you said Nokia. I thought you said Nokia.
Yes, I did say Nokia. Nokia. That's how you pronounce it. Okay, anyways, this thing was bashed to hell and back because, one, it looks like a fucking taco, and you look ridiculous when taking calls with this thing. And second of all, hardware. And
It looks
also,
like a taco.
and
Looks
also,
like- looks
marketing.
Like a taco.
and also marketing. The marketing of this thing was
Okay.
bad. Basically, this was meant
Okay.
to be like the ultimate
Please.
answer to the Game Boy Advance.
But,
So we all know
Please,
that this
please,
thing
please, please.
flopped heavily. So
mean-
but.
I mean, of course,
F.
that the regular Nokia, it doesn't
Hold on,
break.
hold on,
It's like
hold on.
fully
Austin,
invincible.
Before
Nothing
we,
could ever
hold on,
break
before
it.
we continue,
yeah.
I'm
Nothing. Nothing can ever
Nice.
break a Nokia. I'm just being honest. Nokia.
I don't get it.
Fuck you. That's cheating.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Wait, hold on. Note to the fact that a Nokia is like indestructible. You can't even break it.
I'm not even sure if that applies to the N-Gage, but okay. So anyways, okay, this
Yeah,
thing. Okay, this thing. You there. Blaze. Wait, fuck, let me... Okay, anyways.
Okay.
Listen,
You
dare call that
just call him Blaze
a
for short.
Sega console? This is not a Sega console. This is one of the worst consoles of all time. The Atari 5200.
What?
So basically, what Atari was doing,
The
What games
Atari
does it do?
5200.
they decided to one up the 2600 with this fax machine. This enormous, bulky fax machine. You wanna know the worst thing? This
Okay,
thing
what
doesn't
games
even
does it
have
do?
backwards
What games like-
compatibility. No backwards compatibility, and all the games library, it was just enhanced ports of the 2600s library at the time. And you wanna know the worst part? It came out during the video game crash of I forgot when. So bad timing, bad library,
It's
and
in the 19,
really bad hardware.
Wait, I thought it, well, I mean, it's pretty old anyways. So, I mean, not really that old, but it's a pretty old console.
Not only is that old,
Yeah,
this shit's
may-
outdated.
Yes.
also, yeah, may
So
yeah,
F.
may
Yeah,
rest
this
in
cheese out.
peace.
Get
Yeah,
that.
may
Get
it-
out of
okay.
here.
Ooh.
may it
Oh
Okay.
boy, there's the older
Speaking-
brother.
Yeah, may it rest in peace.
Yeah, speaking of the 5200, here comes the console which literally came after it, the 7800. So basically, this was Atari's. At this point, it is literally the Atari's equivalent of the NES, literally in terms of graphics. Like, seriously, look at that, and they're literally indistinguishable. I think. So anyways, nothing much to say except this thing has better backwards compatibility. So yes, you can even play games from the shit 5200. And yeah, backwards compatibility, better choices, but doesn't really age that well because, you know, Atari and all that, so it's a B tier. A B tier
Very
at
Well,
best.
the original Xbox 360 is back.
We already know this.
There's the white one.
Already know that. Next up, N64.
We already know
already
this.
know that.
But then you don't
Already
see
know
on.
that. Okay, the
Yes,
here
PlayStation
it is.
5. The
Yes.
PlayStation 5. Well, I think this thing
We already
needs
know
no
about
introduction.
this.
You
We
know,
already know about
there's a
this.
reason why this thing is heavily
It's
pursued
decided
by
to make it newer.
scalpers.
This-
And
Yeah, new graphic and new games and stuff.
guys, not to mention this sexy console design. Look at this thing. Look at that. Anyways, it is deserving of the S tier at this point. Who the hell are you?
Sam.
Oh, okay, good. At least you're friends with someone on here.
Anyways,
Anyways, okay. This
yeah,
thing
you can-
is this is called the Intellivision.
I might join
And-
somebody else anyway.
Okay,
What the fuck is that?
I literally just explained it. This is the
hold on,
Intellivision.
Let me explain.
It is the Intellivision. So basically, just think of it as the Atari 2600, but you know, a different design and different controllers. It's like you have numbered keypads for controls, I think. So nothing much to say about this, except it honestly has a cooler name.
Wait, what? No, that's... Okay, well, because that's not where it's supposed to be.
That is what it's
I was
supposed to
gonna
be,
say, what I thought
Blaze.
that it's supposed to be, but I mean...
It is what it's supposed to be, Blaze. It is the
We
Intellivision.
already talked about that.
Okay, we already discussed this thing. Sharp ass controls. Didn't get to rank this thing yet. Okay, so
Yeah, we already
basically,
talked
we
about
already
it.
talked about
okay,
this
so
one.
basically, SNK's answer to the Game
Oh yeah, we
Boy,
didn't get
to the
rank it
Game
because that
Boy,
freaking Swordfish
or
one
at this
fucking-
point, the Game Boy Color. So also this thing had a Sonic game on it, Sonic Pocket Adventure, which was basically Sonic Mania before Sonic Mania. So just because of that, and it honestly looks pretty appealing,
ever released it.
I'm gonna say A. Okay, the
Here we go.
PlayStation
Oh,
3. That's the
I didn't mean to grab it.
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3.
Okay, so basically, this thing was
Yeah,
absolutely
it is.
gutted by the marketing. And plus, at the time of this release, a lot of like serious crime was happening around this thing. Like seriously. And to think that this thing would still hold up well. This thing took
Everyone
forever
wants
to
it.
recover from such an abysmal launch and dreadful marketing. So, because of that, it is
Everyone
overall
wants it
neutral.
so badly that people are dying to get it.
Literally. Okay, this thing, the Atari Jaguar. So basically, Atari wanted to combat.
Atari Jaguar?
Yeah. Okay, Atari wanted to combat the Super Nintendo.
Wow.
Hey, it wanted to combat the Super
Jaguar.
Nintendo and the
Okay.
Sega 32X.
Sorry.
So you know what? They thought they thought to advertise this
I can't
thing
do a Jaguar.
as a 64-bit console, when in reality, that thing is up for debate. No one truly knows if it's really 64-bit. Some people really say it's like two 32-bit modules working in parallel because 32 plus 32 equals 64-bit, so haha. So basically, this thing is a lie, and it was also mad. It was also mad expensive when it came to Australia. Mad expensive when it came to Australia, or at least when you know modern inflation and all that. And also, this thing had a trash library, so we all know where this is going. It also had a CD add-on, which looks like a freaking toilet. Anyways, next up.
Look like a
What
toilet.
the? Looks like a freaking toilet.
Well,
Looks like a freaking toilet.
It does look like a toilet.
seat.
Oh my god.
Look up the look up the Jaguar
I'm looking
CD.
at it, I'm looking at it.
Yes.
It's gonna be like
Look up the
right now.
Jaguar CD. You will not regret it.
Jaguar CD is very. It's like a toilet seat.
Dude,
The
I did
Jaguar
look up the
CD looks like a
Jaguar
toilet.
seat.
Yeah, see, Blaze
Dude,
gets
Oh
the
my
idea.
god! Looking at the. Yo, that's this.
Come on.
Okay. If I'm gonna say disgusting, including when there was like a toilet seat.
DS. When will we get something new? Come on.
Yes.
The console lottery. I am playing the console lottery at this point. What the? Oh dear God. Blue. All I can say is that if I had monetization, that thing would get me demonetized. Just look at yourself, Blue. Just
Why?
look.
Because you can see the boobs.
Yes.
It's because you can see the boobs. It's because you can see the bosoms.
Yes. YouTube's gonna be
What's
upset
next?
about
What's
that.
next?
YouTube's gonna get upset over that. Okay, come on, baby.
Oh jeez, I hope
Like they
not.
don't even care. They don't even care about it. Like they don't even care about anything. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
And also we
Famicom.
just, like,
Okay, Famicom. We already know this thing. Okay, the last console. It better be another one I could correct you all
And
about.
lastly,
Well.
well, what do we have
Next
here?
one,
Fucking Sega.
so-
Well.
Do you have
What do
here?
we got
A
here?
gaming console?
That's a Sega console. The Sega Saturn, to be specific. Well,
What the hell?
All-
Oh, God.
all I can
What?
say is that
No,
this
what?
thing was
That was
this thing was
me
struggling
doing
for a
it,
Sonic
from
title
Tank Man.
until
Wait, hold
Sonic
on.
R.
I didn't hear out.
This thing was struggling to get a Sonic release on
I forgot what
struggling.
this console was.
Sega Saturn. It's the Sega
He's
Saturn.
more a Sega console. I could tell the S on the
Sega
names.
Saturn.
Yeah, the Sega Saturn.
What the
All
hell?
you need to know is that it has Sonic R.
Saturn? What the hell?
All you need to know is that it has
This is a Sega Saturn. This is.
yeah. I'm
I know
dealing
you have my
Why
life,
is
but
why
okay.
is Eduardo singing
Ugh. Okay, anyways, give me that. Give me the Sega
I'm saying
Saturn.
I've never seen those consoles in my life, but okay.
Eduardo singing
Eh. Decent. I'd say the Saturn's a decent console.
Hold on.
And here we go.
See, now
The
you
official
Jesus.
the official game console tier list remastered. I hope you all enjoyed this shit show, and basically I'm experiencing a real burnout, so